That first set was tragic, but I'm out here fighting. You guys weren't counting me out, were you?
Fatigue is setting in.
I got a little twitch in my left calf. This channel's been going on for 2 years. I've never cramped.
Comes down to who wants it more right now. Let's go.
All right, that's extremely frustrating, but we're gonna let it go. All right, that was a great set. I had a lot of chances and I just blew it. Tennis Tunes! Welcome to part 2 of the Tennis Tune Tourney Finals. It's been a long road for both of us. We had to defeat some tough opponents. We had everybody who's anybody in this bracket. It was a lot of fun, like recording the matches between other people that I don't see them play each other. So that was really fun, especially Andrew versus Geary. Shout out to both of those guys. But now, look at what we've got. We've got set 2. I don't want to talk about the first set. It's just gonna hurt too much. You're gonna hear me cry on the mic too much. It was tragic. I fell apart. You know, it is what it is. But you know, I think in those situations I have to learn how to relax and go for my shots, be confident. I like stopped like I was gonna go deep. We're now in a back and forth deuce. As I mentioned last video, that first set was about 1 hour and 40 minutes. It was ridiculous. And at this point, I'm hoping that Scott's drained as much as I am. And this first game of the second set is going the distance already. We have a pretty hefty deuce on our hands. I'm not talking about a poop. A hefty deuce, as in the game. I did not say hefty deuce thinking I was making a joke, but I said it and I had to make a joke on it. I'm sorry. My 3-year-old would laugh, I'm sure. Scott has an ad opportunity here. That first set was super tight, though. You know, it was very close. You know, I think keeping it loopy and deep is benefiting me. We're kind of keeping that up here. I'm feeling better physically than I did in the first half of the first set. A lazy little slice from Scott. I thought I could just finish that game real quick, but I couldn't do it. But yeah, guys, it's exhausted. We're both exhausted already, and yeah, if you see some lazy shots and if you see me not moving my legs or my knees, try not to blame me too much. We're still in this. Can we close it out? Let's start this second set off right. We can't do it. We're back to deuce yet again.
Let's go. Well, we stole the first set. 7-6. Came back, saved 2 set points. Stole that first game. Let's make this easier on ourselves. Here we go. 1-0.
Yeah, Scott, I'm so happy for you. You stole the first set, stole the first game. No, Scott worked for it. He earned it. You know, he clutched up at the end of that first set when I kind of fell apart. So, can't do nothing but compliment his game there. Yeah, you know, losing that first set and then losing the first game in that pretty crazy deuce. You know, that was at least 6 deuces, I think. And yeah, it's demoralizing. I think a lot of people, you know, it wouldn't feel too great at that point. However, we're doing our best to just keep it out of our mind. Let's focus. You know, it's one set. It's just one set. We have a chance to get up 2-1 this set now. We do it.
Pretty lazy couple of games there. Oof. Hope my second win kicks in sometime. This is not good. It's not good. Gotta find something. Running on fumes. Still on serve though. Here we go. 1-2.
You guys weren't counting me out, were you? After losing the first set like that, a lot of people would quit tennis forever, but we're moving past it. I choked the set away. It happens. This is real tennis right here. This is rec tennis, baby. Let's take them down here, this set.
Listen, if you've seen a Goofy movie, we all know Roxanne was your first crush. Am I right, boys? Am I right? I'm right. And just like that, Scott throws me a few errors and we're up 3-1. Maybe a bit of a momentum shift.
Yeah, good shot.
I'm currently, you know, prior to this match, I'm 1-4 against Scott. But the most recent match we played, I did win. But it's tough to figure this guy out. Good little scuffle at the net. Got a chance to get up 4-1 here.
After the first 3 games of the first set, I felt like I was dying. My legs were shot. We've gotten past that. We can't feel my legs. And it's only to my advantage.
Let's set our feet. We're getting a little sloppy. We're getting a little lazy. Fatigue is setting in. Gotta lock in and find another gear. Here we go. 1-4.
All right, you know, we're proud of ourselves right now. You know, after losing that first set like that, feels good to, oh, huge forehand. He can't do anything with it. It's at his feet. And now we're up 40-love in this game. Pretty quick one. You know, but it's a combination of things. Scott's kind of falling apart here a little bit. You don't see it too often, but he is falling apart a little bit. And I'm coming alive a little bit more. And the main thing for me is to just stay focused and not dwell on that first set. That's the biggest thing for me right now. We got a chance to close this set right here. Oh, it's just so ugly. But I remember that shot. Part of it is exhaustion. I mean, I'm trying to come over that ball, and usually I feel pretty good about it, and it's a forehand. But my legs were just not in the right spot, and maybe my arm wasn't. It's just a little bit of fatigue there. And it's so hard not to get into this pushy battle with each other when neither of us feel confident to rip really aggressive shots. And we're both keeping each other pretty far back, so a little bit of a pushy match, at least on my end. Scott, you know, Scott's pretty good at handling the ball from the baseline when it's deep and pushy like that.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, it's a tale as old as time. Are we gonna choke this game away? We do.
Not good. I got 0 legs left. That last deuce point, both of them kind of started spasming a little bit. Whew, here we go. Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna stay. Can't even talk. We're gonna stick with it. Here we go.
That's all right. We'll get one of his serves here. We're gonna get his serve right here. I got a little twitch in my left calf. Really hoping I'm not gonna start cramping. I haven't cramped in this channel's been going on for 2 years. I've never cramped.
Guys, we are falling apart out here. Both of us. I'm up 5-2. I don't sound too confident about sealing this game. and Scott says both of his legs are twitching at the same time. It's looking a little hopeless for both of us, which is kind of funny and kind of sad. That's okay though. We got to close this out here. If we don't close this game out here, he could easily make a comeback this set, and before you know it, we're in another tiebreaker. Yep, we're both just keeping the ball deep. I'm trying to keep it to his backhand a lot. There are some, you know, it was interesting. For most of the match, there were a lot of moments where I thought Scott should come to the net and it would be beneficial for him. But the times he did, you know, he missed a couple volleys. I passed him a couple times. It's tough to have that mentality of it paying off and putting pressure on your opponent when, you know, it doesn't work out a few times. And I'm so glad it didn't, because maybe his mentality became like, hey, I can't do that. I can't throw points away at the net.
I don't know how either of them did. That was amazing.
That's a solid point. And now Scott has a chance to get a game here, which would be very rough. Can we claw our way back this game and take it? Huge backhand there. Take it short like that, but go over the ball and hit that angle cross court right over the net. I was thrilled. And we take it.
That's what we make magic happen. I don't care what happens this third set. You never give up. That first set was tragic. But I'm out here fighting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the mild stroke that just occurred. I don't even remember saying it that poorly and thinking, oh, I'll edit that out later, but I wanted to keep it in. Alright, but here we are, a full third set for the match.
You get.
But here's the thing with Scott, like, there are some times where I take the second set, you know, and then he just comes back alive. Like, I don't feel confident his energy will continue to stay low, and I'll still continue just to be able to take these games. Like, he can come alive at any point. So that's something I'm trying to keep in mind, you know, stay aggressive, don't give him anything for free, but continue to try to wear him out.
Right. I just blew that game, threw it away. Can't do that.
Mixing in a little bit of slice. He's handling some of it well, some of it not. I'm just low on energy. I can't really get the ball deep. Whew.
And we lose the first game of this set, and that's kind of been the story for the match. I think we lost the first game of all 3 sets now. But we all know we don't give up. I catch the line. We make it 1-1. And look at that, I'm up 30 love. Scott's making some pretty quick errors. Another net ball that he doesn't close. So if he doesn't feel confident in his net game, and I can just kind of keep him back at the baseline, you know, I feel pretty good about that.
Oh, hit that one, no, come on.
That one was too obvious.
I can't generate any kind of pace or power here. Just gotta claw for it. It comes down to who wants it more right now. Let's go.
I was really worried I was going to cramp. I think he's hitting so many backhands to me that my left leg is just kind of like, what are you doing to me? So I think we're okay. No cramping. I feel great. Let's give it to him.
I wanted to slice that ball right there, but I thought, nope, that's going to set him up. You know, I'm missing some chances, but I gotta tell you, I love seeing Scott slice. I'm hoping he's getting tired, and over time I can just take the match. But you really never know with him. He gets these bursts of energy and really comes alive, and we already know he just hits such beautiful angles and makes it so tough for me and moves me around. And I'm exhausted, you know? Like, I actually feel pretty good here at this point in the match. But I'm not, you know, 100% for sure. All right, we got a chance to get a 4-1. That would be huge.
No, just wide.
Slice sucks, serve sucks, forehand sucks. Just gotta keep trying. Here we go.
That last point you just saw, Scott hit it. It was like an inch or two wide. But for some reason I was questioning myself, and it affects me so much. If I feel like I made a bad call or something, it's not how I want to win, and it gets in my head like, am I trying to steal that point? But no, looking back, you know, it definitely was out, and I shouldn't try to question myself and throw myself off. But very quickly we take that game down, and you know, it's looking good for me. I'm hoping he's out of gas. But I'm making some errors myself. I'm pretty gassed too. Aggressive shot from Scott there. I thought I hit this ball clean. Let's take a look. I think I framed that. I can't believe that went in. I framed the heck out of that ball. But it was perfect. And right here, I avoid touching the net.
So I feel rushed with the lights because I hate feeling rushed. Tennis Tunes. This was a hell of a match. I think Scott is just so freaking talented. I did not expect to win it coming into it, to be completely honest. And I really didn't want to win the tournament. It makes me look like an But it happened to go my way. You know, that first set, I felt pretty discouraged after the first set. And
You had lots of chances to win it.
Yeah. And to be honest, I started the second set not feeling too great, but you started throwing me some errors, and after that first set took so much out of me. I hope it took something out of you.
Well, yeah, I had nothing left for the other two.
Right. Well, that's my question. Yeah, do you feel like you felt a little burnt out after the first set? And because you started slicing a lot in the third.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah. The first set took a lot out.
Yeah.
Physically and emotionally, I think.
Yeah.
Usually, if you win a close set like that, you can open up a little
Momentum,
bit.
yeah.
And then I won the first game of the second set. I'm like, okay, but at the same time, that's when I started slowing down. So it was momentum was there, but the physicality and the toll, it just wore on.
I was trying to keep the ball deep, and that really didn't. I think that restricted you from hitting those beautiful angles. You always like tear me apart.
And I want to come in, but you kept pushing them deep. So it's, you're resetting the point every time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to generate angles, and I missed a lot wide. Trying to do too much.
But and more than usual though, like I don't think you played your best tonight. How do you feel?
I don't think you ever really truly play your best.
Fair.
That's a fallacy.
In the first set, Scott, I was pissed at myself. I felt like I was giving points away, but in my head I'm thinking that, but I'm like, Scott is moving me around so much. He's exhausting me so much. I'm like a little bit helpless at the end of that first set, and he took full control, and credit to him for that. And I was pissed because I did have a couple chances, but Scott was the better man that set. Even sometimes when I win the second set, a couple of our matches, the third you come back alive, and I'm like, where does he get it from?
Not tonight.
I was worried about tonight.
Didn't have it. That first set was exceptionally long.
Something I kept in mind, I tried to, was that last time we played, my net game was really good, but it helped me so much. It was right. It won me the match. I'm like, okay, I need to be aggressive at the net, but it's so hard to come in on this guy because he does keep it deep, and we kind of were doing that to each other, and it just became this loopy battle. And to be fair to Scott, he hit better shots, but I would just try to get everything back, kind of predict where he's going. That was a lot of running. Any last words from Scott?
Congrats to this guy. Congrats on 1,000. He's probably like way past that now because this tournament took a while. But,
yeah, we started this. I did this tournament for 1,000 subs. We're at 20,000 now. Just kidding. It's been 4 years since this tournament started. It feels like.
Yeah, but credit to you, your consistency on the court and your consistency on the channel off it. I know that takes a lot of effort and energy, and consistency is the key. You're continuing to get better with both, and it's fun to watch. And I'm glad I was a part of it. I wish I could have won today, but it got me. That's all I can say. So I was kind of resigned to my fate after the second set. I just didn't. I tried to do as many old man tactics as I could, like chip the slice, and that didn't work, and loop it back, that didn't work. It's just
it's pretty rare for me to see you run out of energy, and I thought the third set you come back alive, and I was screwed.
I was hoping for that. I really was. I'm like, maybe the legs will go completely numb.
You can't worry about them if you can't feel them.
Yeah, exactly. But I never got the runner's high, so they stayed heavy the whole time.
Yeah. Well, that is really nice of you to say. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I felt like I played pretty pushy, but keeping it deep is half the battle, and I do appreciate that because I'm sure it was frustrating as hell seeing me just push that ball back.
It was.
Yeah, this tournament was a blast. You're an animal. I hope we play again soon, as always, and. Thanks for watching, guys. Who do you think's gonna win this? I'll go with Scott. Who do you think's gonna win the whole thing?
I'm gonna guess Scott.
You should see me in a crowd. I'm gonna run, there's nothing to